I'm Larry Menti. Welcome back to Another Thing. We continue our conversation on faith with Rabbi Stanway from the Temple Beth Miriam and Father Martin Padovani from the Society of the Divine Word. Thank you both for being here.
You're welcome.
We started our conversation with the pastor about Charleston and how I believe we were all in awe of the reaction to ugliness, the reaction to violence in Charleston. Rabbi, I'll start with you. Were you as surprised as everyone else?
In some ways, I was surprised as everyone else, which is shameful. And I'll tell you why it was shameful. A lot of people are calling this a miracle. And it's too bad that we have to call it a miracle, because if we're calling it a miracle, it means it happens so infrequently that we're amazed when it happens. It's too bad that what happened in Charleston after the shootings was considered a miracle. I want it to be commonplace. What I want the miracle to be is for people like the shooter to sit in that Bible study and put away the gun and pick up the Bible or whatever community he finds himself in to do holy things. The community reaction was wonderful. Unfortunately, it was surprising.
Yeah, Father, and you know, it was people of all faiths. It was leaders of all faiths that went out into the community and did what I don't think politicians or police could have done.
No.
Quelled the entire community.
That's right.
And so let me get your reaction. Were you surprised?
Yeah. It was, I was not so much surprised as overjoyed with the fact that we're really getting down to what the basic need is. You know, people want to go into remove the guns, remove the flag, even though I think these are powerful symbols. But you have to get down underneath what is the real issues. You have to go to faith. And Martin Luther King's niece said, we have to get a new attitude, a new idea. We have to go to faith if we're going to be able to conquer this evil of racism that we have in our country today.
It's certainly not a new idea, faith,
Yeah.
but everything that's old is new again, I guess, because faith has taken a backseat in so many of these debates. And now it has come to the forefront with Charleston. Do you see, going forward, faith as an important component in dealing with many of the problems we have, Rabbi?
I think faith is important. Faith is something which is generated both internally and within a community. The great many people who came together after the shooting around the country showed great faith. They showed great trust in each other. Unfortunately, faith is often usurped by politicians who use faith to divide. What we saw in Charleston was something that was unique, and that was rabbis, imams, pastors, priests coming together and saying, we don't want religion to be divisive anymore. We want religion to unite us. Because in the core of each religion is that spirituality, that connection with each other. And in that connection with each other is where God is found. And I think this event brought that to realization. And I don't think any politician could have done that. Because I think politicians use faith to get votes. That's not faith. That's politics.
Yeah, you know, it always is example, isn't it? St. Francis Assisi said, it was a famous quote, and if I butchered this, please correct me, but he said, in life, preach, only when necessary, use words.
That's right.
And it is actions like we saw in Charleston that leads by example. Do you think, however, we got the message, do you think this is lasting?
I hope it is, because what we're constantly preaching to the Christians, the Catholics, you just don't celebrate the liturgy here on Sunday. You go out and you live it. You know, it's one action. We celebrate together, but we also have to celebrate life by showing our faith out there, and that hasn't been integrated. And what the people of Charleston did, because of the great faith down there in that city, especially the black faith, they just shocked the world by saying, no, we don't have to riot. We don't have to loot. We can come together in faith. And through faith, we can forgive. And that was the real issue there.
Rabbi Stanway from Temple Beth Miriam and Father Martin Padovani from the Society of the Divine Word. That was just wonderful, and I thank you so much for being here. I would love, if you could come back, we'd love to have you back. You can be a team now.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
When we come back,
Dawn talks body image with Emmy, a plus-size supermodel.